The HOA fined me for keeping a small rain barrel beside my house, so I dried up their sprinklers instead. It began on a hot summer afternoon. I had placed a simple blue barrel beneath my gutter to collect rainwater. It was eco-friendly, cheap, and perfect for watering my plants. My kids even used it to fill their little watering cans. Neighbors thought it was clever and harmless. But the HOA didn't see it that way. One morning, I found a violation notice taped to my front door. It read, "Unapproved water storage, HOA violation." Attached was a fine for $500. I thought it was a joke. How could saving rainwater be against the rules? I called the HOA office immediately. The president answered with his usual smug tone. He said, "Rain barrels make the neighborhood look cheap. Remove it or keep paying." I explained that it was hidden neatly on the side of my house, but he laughed and said, "Rules are rules." That arrogance pushed me over the edge. Meanwhile, the HOA's prized community lawn guzzled water from industrial sprinklers every single day. They wasted gallons during the hottest drought in years. Residents complained about water shortages, but the board ignored them. The hypocrisy made me furious. So I began gathering proof. I snapped photos of my clean barrel tucked neatly against the wall. I filmed their sprinklers running for hours, flooding sidewalks and gutters. I pulled city records that encouraged residents to use rain barrels to save water. Then I filed a formal complaint with the city water office. The inspector looked at my evidence and said, "They're in big trouble." But I wasn't done. One night, while walking my dog, I noticed the control box for the HOA sprinkler system behind the clubhouse. I opened the panel and took photos of the illegal setup. The next morning, during a board meeting, I made my move. I turned the main valve off and walked away. By the afternoon, their fancy green lawn started to wither under the sun. Brown patches spread like wildfire. Neighbors noticed immediately. They asked the board why the sprinklers weren't working. The president muttered excuses while wiping sweat from his forehead. Meanwhile, my plants thrived from the rainwater I had saved. Days later, the city inspector arrived. He confirmed that my rain barrel was perfectly legal. He also confirmed that the HOA's sprinkler system was illegal and wasteful. The board was fined more than $25,000 for water violations, and they were ordered to shut down the sprinklers until they could be rebuilt. The once perfect lawn turned into a dry, brown desert. Homeowners were furious about their ruined property values. At the next meeting, they shouted down the president for targeting harmless residents while wasting resources. Within weeks, he was forced to resign. Other board members quickly followed. Meanwhile, my rain barrel sat proudly in the corner of my yard. It filled with every storm. It watered my plants, cooled my garden, and saved me money. Neighbors started asking me how to set one up for themselves. The same board that mocked me had accidentally made me the example for the whole neighborhood. Every time I filled a bucket, I smiled, because the HOA tried to drain me dry. Instead, I drained them. If you believe justice flows best when it's natural, like this story and subscribe for more HOA revenge.